What is up, everyone? It's Rich bringing you guys another Star Citizen update video. This week, a lot of things dropped, a lot of information dropped. So let's get into it. Let's discuss a few of these things that may have came out from CIG. Some good news, some iffy news. We'll see how that comes out, and depends on each one of you. But the biggest news is 3.18.1 has moved away from PTU testing. It is now externally locked in, essentially, is the wording they use, and they have prepared it for live release. No release date yet, hopefully sooner rather than later. The main reason they moved it away from the PTU was because of 3.18.2 patch. That is a new patch coming out onto the PTU servers for them to test, which is, I'm assuming, going to have more bug fixes and implementations onto the servers to help benefit them. So that's be a nice patch that comes out. They're going to be moving that onto the PTU. The reason they're doing this change is because it's something that they want to implement with new patches down the line. What that means is they want to start rolling out patches onto the PTU so they can roll them out to the live servers quicker, which is an amazingly good change. Down the line, this is going to mean quicker patches, not such long wait times in between these patches, but let them roll into the live servers quicker. This is really good for the news of 3.19. It means it's going to hopefully speed up that process as they keep ironing out and testing out bugs on a PTU. So let's keep our fingers crossed that this is actually super beneficial and helps us down the line for the release of 3.19 and further patches. Something I wanted to mention, the PTU is super important and super crucial for them to gather information. Yes, with the release of 3.18, it was a fire. It was a forest fire, uncontrollable flame. The servers were up in arms. It was a disaster. I mean, it really was. People couldn't even play the game. People still can't play the game. But the information that they get from PTU is huge. So if you get time to, play the PTU, I know it doesn't count towards your main character's progress, but if you get a chance to play over the PTU and get some valuable server information for them, please do that. Take a little bit of your time to do that, especially if you love this game and love the updates and want to see this game succeed. Please make sure you keep in mind how important the PTU is to them. Another note I wanted to touch on was the last patch they had for 3.18.1. This is a big one that they came in and touched on some testing focuses, some known issues, and some bug fixes, which are really good and overall going to be very key for the overall health and implementation in the game, just so overall we can get a better experience, because I know a lot of people still can't even access the game, which is probably one of the biggest issues, if not the biggest issue. Some people cannot access their game and their accounts on 3.18, which has still been such yeah. Some of those testing focuses that they've been addressing, which we touched on before in the last videos, was the new ship delivery system. Just to go over that again, essentially when you first log in, it's going to have, instead of a retrieve button or a claim button, it's pulling all of that load off of the server, and it's going to have them, essentially, if you think about it in like a cloud, it's going to be called the delivery system, which you can just click on ships that have been purchased in the pledge store. You will just click deliver, and it will take 20 seconds to deliver them to you. So that's the first time you log into the server, that'll be accessible like that. Essentially, what they have said is reduce a lot of strain and a lot of load on the servers and performance. So that'll be a really good change to see and implemented here. If you played on a PTU, you probably saw how that was working, as it was live there. And I can't wait to see that change happen over on the live servers. The second testing focus they had here was general stability and bug fixes. This is huge. This is key. We need better server performance and better game performance. We need to get it on the same level it was before 3.18, if not better than before it was on 3.18. What it's at now is worse, much worse. People can't even play the game, like I've said so many times, but just overall performances of missions, just overall performances of the servers, just the desync, the server lag, the server errors, the 30Ks, the 40Ks, all kinds of Ks. Known issues, a few of them that I want to highlight here, was the game clients crashing. So they are very aware of that. If your game is crashing randomly, obviously more than it usually happens, they are aware of that issue and they're trying to fix that ASAP, hopefully with 3.18.1. If not, fingers crossed, 3.18.2, they'll be addressing that, as I think that's a very, very big one. Another big one is the ASOP terminals. A lot of you have seen that they become unusable, or they essentially fade to black when you access them. That is a big, big issue that needs to be changed, because essentially that addresses you being able to access your ship. And if you can't access your ship, then what are you even playing for? You're just stuck there. Another big one that I am sure you have ran into has been the elevators and the trams either not working, not being called, not even being there sometimes for like bunker missions, just literally a hole that you fall into. Those being jittery, those are being addressed. They are aware of all of those issues with the elevators and the tram systems. fingers crossed that fix is right around the corner, because literally doesn't even let me do bunker missions sometimes because I can't get down to the sub levels for those bunker missions. The last main issue I see on this list, but again, that might just be, relative to me, is the security work assessments. The NPCs sometimes spawning inside of elevators or walls where you can't reach them. A little trick, if you can actually see their gun poking through the wall, if you walk up to it and melee and hold down your middle mouse button to take them down, it actually works. I have found that to work. I was able to do that over on my stream, and it was able to successfully take them out. So that's maybe a slight workaround, but sometimes if they spawn too far from the wall, you can't even get there close enough to do the takedown on them. But they're aware of that issue, and they are tackling it. Again, there's a lot of known issues going on right now, but just hopefully, fingers crossed, give them time. They are going to iron a lot of these out with these next few patches. Bug fixes, they have said it about 3 times in 3 different patches, is the cockpit animation, especially for the Cuddy Black, not being able to get out of the pilot seat, or the co-pilot just dying when he goes up and comes back down. That is a big issue that they are essentially saying is fixed. So hopefully when 3.18.1 goes, you can use your ship and not be afraid of not being able to get out. Fingers crossed that is fixed as well. We'll see. A lot of technical issues that they have fixed in the background, they said. So server issues hopefully are going to be alleviated. Better. I'm not saying they're going to be fixed. They're going to be better. Overall performance in 3.18.1 is my goal and my hope here. But again, take that with a grain of salt. I can't say for sure, because who knows? They tested 3.18 in the PTU for a long time and then came out and it was a dumpster fire. So, well, fingers crossed for that. Well, there you have it, guys. There's a little update for you guys on Star Citizen from this week. Some of the information they have dropped on us. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be dropping 3.18.1 sooner rather than later. But 3.18.2 will be arriving at the PTU here, if not already out by the time you watch this video. Fingers crossed, a lot of these fixes and issues will be solved coming forward over the next few weeks. So once again, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. If you want to see future videos, drop a sub. Again, thank you for taking time to watch this video. I appreciate you guys so much for all the support over the last few videos. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Have a great day. Peace out.